How are we doing, future Joshua? How are we doing? Any second and I should know. I can't hear myself. Yeah, I still can't hear myself. Oh, there we go, there we go. It was just taking a minute. Okie dokie. Okay, hello friends, hello. I hope you've had a wonderful day today. I'm going to do a little volume check here. Okay, yeah, that can go louder. I hope you've had a wonderful day, whatever you've been up to, wherever you might be. We haven't played Dark Souls for about a week now. And we are so close to the... I keep talking in other streams about how close we are to the end. And I'm like savouring every last bit. I don't remember exactly where we left off from. I know we're in the DLC and we're towards the end. I don't remember... Oh, okay. Well, that's our first death to gravity out the way. I mean, we'll take this up. There's nothing there, but sure. So I have a plan. This is our dude. Still wrapping the Fangbore helm. We are going to make a run to good old Painted World, which we've spent some time here. I haven't done a lot of grinding, but one of the 2 times that we did it once for humanities, in order to save Solaire, and then we did it once to equip. And yeah, we did it once for humanities with the rats in the, I want to say, the catacombs. And then we did it here. I don't remember offhand what those souls were for. It might have been for all the spells from the big hat fella. Right, how are we going to do this? I think this one. Shall we try this? Okay, well that works incredibly well. Let's do that a couple of times. So, oh sugar, I forgot. Okay, so I need to not pick anything up because we've got no way of getting rid of the trash that we pick up. But I want to get enough souls to do 3, I think it was 3 level ups. Which means that we'll be able to use the Artorias shield that we made. I feel from a thematic point of view, we have one boss... Oh, sugar, I didn't want to do that. We have one boss left to do in the DLC, and I think it's the one that killed Artorias. So it would be fitting if we summoned Sif, which I didn't know that we could do. That's... Oh, souls. Hello. I hope you've had a wonderful day today. I did not, unfortunately, because the game crashed, and I took it as a sign. I was gonna do it tonight because we started late, and we by my prediction we have about half an hour to an hour, depending on how slow I go. But I'm so apathetic towards it at this point. I thought we were going to be at the end so many times. The amount of Metro streams that have been called finishing Metro 2033, it has me feeling a little like a fraud. So I really want to finish that. Let's have a look, shall we? How many do we need? So I think we need 30 strength. So we need, I don't know, 150... Call it about 200,000 souls, I reckon. First of all, do we have the right one? Nope. Oh, crumbs. I don't know how much of a difference it makes, but if we're doing this, we'll commit. Which one? There we go. Perfect. I might abandon this plan. I don't know. From what I remember last time I played Dark Souls, we got to the boss fight. And I think I did it once, maybe I did it twice. But then I called it a night because it was super late. This is going to take a while. So. Yes, we know you're here. And your two friends. Technically two bosses, but one is a side boss. Hello, Ornstein. That is... Now I know that that's other players. It's really cool. It was very unsettling. It was weird the first time I saw someone dressed as Solaire. That was really freaky. But then when I saw the person that had this helmet on... Oh. And my day has been... It's been alright. It did not go how I had... What my plan for today was. We are fully in the heat wave, so like the number one thing is try not to get heat stroke. But I did not do what I was going to do today because my granddad came over, which is always interesting. And it didn't go amazingly, it didn't go terribly, but it went solidly. So I will take that. It has definitely gone worse. Boop. 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 Perfect. So I think when we get to the Manus boss fight, I'm going to try summoning Sith, which means we've got to be human. And we don't have any single humanity items left. But we have, I think, I want to say 7. I don't know where I've got that number from. Where are they? Oh, okay, we have 4. That's many more than I thought. I thought we had none. But yes, we're so close to the end. From a thematic perspective, super cool if we're using Artorius's shield and we've summoned his canine companion. That would just be chef's kiss. Okay, yeah, no, we got the slow roll. Oh, this is not going to go well. Okay, no, we're good. I'm surprised. I thought that was going to go. I mean, we should be fine because we could just come and get the souls, but... Okie-doke. Well, I want to say we're, what, like a third of the way? We could probably do one of the level ups now. Just in case anything goes wrong. Okie doke. So again, this is one of those situations where if I was playing this game not for the first time, until now... Oh, I've pressed the wrong thing. I thought of strength and dexterity. I thought we were going to go dexterity. So we got a bunch for Quaelag's sword, then we got a bunch more for Ornstein's spear. And then we've got this weapon that we're using. All dexterity. Now we're at the end of the game, and the last thing we're leveling up, we're putting more into strength. So if I'd known from the start that it was something that we'd be going for, the dexterity is kind of pointless then. We could have one of those really cool gigantic hammers, or I don't know, something like that. But it hasn't, I don't think it's, we're not screwed because we haven't really leveled up efficiently. It's not like Morrowind where when we weren't paying attention to the leveling up stuff, it's now left our character at a considerable disadvantage. I mean, we've basically gone in evenly with all 3 types of magic, all the types of weapons. Like, we've just gone complete average Joe. And we're maybe not optimal, not by quite a bit, I imagine. But we're also, we're doing okay. And I know that if I wanted to, I could do a load of grinding and, I don't know, like to level 100 or something. You have that option. Here we go. Well, I think we're nearly at the second level up, which is good. Dark Souls 2 and 3 let you reallocate your stats. Oh my gosh. I mean, that is awesome to know. I feel like maybe I'd have a better idea going into Dark Souls 2. Because I'm sure they introduce stuff to kind of keep it fresh. But the gameplay and the combat and everything feels very similar, I assume. So I'd kind of know going into it, like, right, well, if we go magic, we have to really only go for one. Otherwise, they're not going to do much damage with any of them. I'm probably still going to do the same, not really put much into health, and just put more into stamina. Especially if that is also the carry weight in Dark Souls 2, because I'm a sucker for a good suit of armor. This Wrath of the Gods spell, miracle, it is really kicking butt. I kind of figured that the miracles were going to... Oh, and down we go. I thought the miracles were going to be more... like passive, I suppose. And I know there's a heal spell... right, I think there's a heal miracle. I think there's also a miracle that teleports you to the nearest bonfire, or the last bonfire. So it's probably less offensive overall, but that one absolutely kicks butt. He's coming along for the ride. I've missed Dark Souls. It's really nice to be back. One more. Perfect. Ooh, let's not forget. There we go. Okay, that should maybe be the second level up. I don't know. Was it 50,000? So now maybe 60. Oh, 51, okay. Strength, perfect. Oh, we're halfway to the last one we need. Gosh, we are level 93. I thought we were still like level 60 or something. Those levels, they creep up on you. I mean, I don't know that it affects anything. Maybe like multiplayer stuff, as the game assumes you're better. But the enemies don't get more powerful, right, as you level up. There's no dynamic scaling or anything. So probably don't need to worry. I can't wait to see, though, because I find it very interesting. We're not wearing it right now, but I find it very interesting that I kind of latched onto the Fangbore helm. And we have better helmets. We've had better helmets for probably half of the whole game. But because it was the first thing we got from a mini-boss, it was the first, like, enemy that dropped a piece of equipment. I got kind of attached to it, and now it feels like our character if we're wearing that. I'm curious to see what that thing will be for us in Dark Souls 2. I have no idea. It could be it would be cool if it was a weapon. Because the sword we're using right now, it's fine. I'm very used to it at this point. But I don't know. I mean, I did enjoy using the spear. But we need to try not to use the shield so much. Kind of ironic considering we're doing this to unlock a new shield. Is that enough? Yes, perfect. Okie doke. Accept. Yep, thank you very much. Right. Let's take off that before it kills us. And we'll pop on our friend the Fangboar helm. Oh my gosh, they added... I think I might have heard that before. When I was dying maybe over and over again in the Sun's Fortress. That is going to be very good. Stamina and carry weight being separate, I guess, is not the end of the world, because I guess it gives you more control if you only want to increase your carry capacity. Or if you want more stamina, but you're kind of good with the armor you've got. That's I don't know. We'll see when we get there. So we are losing... We're losing the stamina bonus from the Grass Crest Shield, which we've almost used as long as the Fangboar helm now. So it's going to be very cool using a new shield. But we will swap that with the one that we had at the start of tonight's stream, I think. That one. Goodbye, Grass Crest Shield. Thank you very much for your service. I am fairly sure this thing is going to be insanely heavy. So we will probably have to tweak our armor. Why can I not see? Here we go. We've never used a great shield. Insufficient... Huh? I thought it was 30. Oh, you're kidding me. Shit. See, now I'm... Do I care enough? Yeah, it would be thematically satisfying, but do I care enough? I mean, kinda. If it was not at the end of the game, right? If this was boss number 3, I maybe wouldn't care. But I just... It would be cooler. Oh, bloody hell. Okie doke. Well, let's try this again then, shall we? Let's pop the old... So we're going to be, what, level 97? So, sugar. My jab about grinding to level 100 is not going to be that far off. We're not going to survive this one. You know, I think we get fractionally more souls if we're a human when we do this. So maybe I should become a human. Shall we treat ourselves? I think we've got... Did we have 4 individual ones? Here we go. We still got all those doubles, so God, it's so blooming hot. Oh, jeez. I think tomorrow it's supposed to be 1 degree cooler, which you have no idea how grateful I will be for that 1 degree. Oh, yeah, here we go. Cannot kindle. Oh, yeah, no, I'm not trying to. Gosh, that was close. Right. Let's keep going then, shall we? I tell you what, this shield better be cool. I don't know what I think when I think great shield. Is it just going to be really big? Like a sword and a great sword? Maybe it will be slower to like, what would you call it? Not, if it was the weapon, it would be drawing. If it's the shield, I don't know. We've kind of screwed this one up. Oh, I just remembered that we're human as well, aren't we? So we kind of do have something to lose here. Oh. Well, I'm glad I remembered that sooner rather than later. Boop. Okay. So we need, was it 3? No, shit, it was 34. Okay, so probably 200,000 souls again. On the plus side, I don't know how long this will take. If I am not streaming, I can do this and get it ready for next time. Oh, that was not the right move. This, I think, definitely falls under the category of admin stuff. I don't mind. I've done it a lot in Morrowind. A lot of there's a lot of bullshit involved with like the way the vendors and everything work. So a lot of the making sure we have enough gold I do off stream. But everything else, everything remotely story based, any type of quest, and we'll do that on stream. And it's the same in this. I don't want to... it's been the same in Metro. That's probably the example I should use. Because I don't know what bits are going to be important to the story. I don't know which bits are going to be exciting or interesting. So my theory is, well, err on the side of caution, and we'll do everything. Unfortunately, that means that I guess we do make, or it appears like we make less progress, because if I'm only doing it on the stream, then it's why Crusader Kings was fun. Because it was nice to, like, when I've ended the stream, or if it's ended itself and it's been too late to start another one, it's nice to just zen out for like half an hour and do some bullshit with our kingdom's taxes or something. Dark Souls, it hasn't really... I mean, I'm pretty sure that the 2 times that we've done grinding it was on stream. Okay, that's one down. Oh, jeez. Okie doke. Well, I hope everyone's doing well. I hope you've had a wonderful day. Whatever you've been up to, wherever you might be, I hope it's been good. I hope it's been good. Boop. I'd be very interested to know what a magic... if you play Dark Souls as a wizard, because it seems to me very much like a secondary thing. You kind of have your doing damage, and then in the background you have spells going on. I don't know what the gameplay would... because you just spend the whole time... I don't know. I think that's maybe one of the things I'm excited to see, how it's changed in the future games. Because I don't know. It doesn't feel great, I don't think. It could be integrated better. And I don't know. I mean, I'm not talking about, like, the quality of the animations or how wacky the spell designs are. I'm not sure. It's making me sound like I don't like it. I find it fine. In some occasions it's pretty good. Like the I really dig how with whether you do it with magic or the miracles, I don't think you can do it with pyromancy, but how you kind of infuse your weapon. Like, this shit, it looks awesome. It feels really good. It all kind of comes together. The throwing the lightning spears, that's really cool. For me, that comes together really well. But the magic bolts, a lot of the pyromancies, there was one that I think was called like a fire whip, and I thought it was going to be super cool, and I don't know, it sounded way cooler than it turned out to be. And I think as well, I would be very interested to see that there's no way for me to play Bloodborne because it's only on PlayStation. But I know that's I'm not entirely sure what the genre would be called. It's more kind of steampunk inspired than medieval fantasy. So, and as far as I know, in Bloodborne, you have your main weapon, and then I don't think you have a shield, and I don't think you do magic. I think maybe you have a gun or a crossbow or something. I'd be very interested to see how that works if you completely cut out the magic. There was a game I've never played the Dark Souls series, hence beginner versus wherever we are. I have always, for that reason, shied away from anything that was a Souls-like. I think they put the original Dark Souls on Games with Gold, which was the predecessor to Game Pass. They'd give you like 2 free games a month. I think then they changed it to 1. Sometimes it would be something awful. Sometimes it would be something really good. Like the first Watch Dogs game, or there was a bunch of the Assassin's Creed games. Gears of War, I tried that because of Games with Gold. So many. And I think Outlast as well. Ironically, then we didn't play that until like when did I start streaming? Not a year ago. 9 months ago. But they put the original I think at that point Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 3 had come out. And I tried it and bailed very quickly and just assumed, like, okay, I don't get it. I don't find it enjoyable. I'm clearly not a fan of Souls-likes. But then they put a game on. Actually, they put 2 on. They put one on called The Surge, which was a Souls. Now I can tell. Okay, it's the Dark Souls kind of combat, and the whole thing with you collect things when you kill enemies, and then if you die, you lose them. And it was like a future tech version of Dark Souls. It was really cool. And I played all of that. And then there was another one called Lords of the Fallen. Lord of the Fallen, I don't remember. And that, now having played Dark Souls, that was a rip-off. It was very little unique about it. And unlike The Surge, the plot was it was Dark Souls without the like unique philosophical storytelling. And I didn't know at the time. I didn't have Dark Souls to compare it to. I'd got a couple of hours in and bailed, so I didn't know how cliche it was and how unoriginal. I'm sure if I played it now, I'd think, holy shit, this is just a worse version of Dark Souls. But I enjoyed it. I finished it. That game, The Surge, got pretty good reviews to the point they did a sequel, which I haven't played. Lords of the Fallen, it was not received well. They did a sequel, they did a rebooted thing that was completely separate from the original. And last I heard, same with that. Average reviews at best. So I'm sure if I went back now, I'd not get into it. But yeah, now playing Dark Souls, I get what what a Souls like is. It makes so much sense. And I did play the first of the, was it Jedi Fallen Order or Jedi Survivor, whichever the first one was, with the kid from Shameless. I got, I want to say like 80% of the way through that. That was also, I think, a Games with Gold sitch. That was one of the last ones they did, I think. But I played that, and the only reason I didn't finish that was because I got burnt out. But I think I've brought that game up before when I've been talking about my hatred for bullshit platforming segments. Because it will be like right now in Dark Souls. It was awesome. Holy shit, that game. I think that's maybe the first game I played on my Xbox Series X. So the first time I played anything in 60 FPS. And my TV's like 26 inches, I think. So they don't make them that small in 4K. So I'm never gaming in 4K, but occasionally a game is 60 FPS, and oh my gosh, it is so good. So good. Oh, so good. Oh, jeepers. Why did I start talking about... Oh, yeah. Jedi, I think it was Fallen Order was the first one. It was awesome. The cutscenes were in, like, movie quality. The voice acting, obviously, when you cast an accomplished actor, you get a really good... And it always makes a difference, I think. Just a voice actor versus a voice actor that's also doing the motion capture. Just awesome. And the force powers felt really cool. The lightsabers, holy shit, the combat was good. But more than half of the time, you would be doing these, like, jumping challenges using, like, a mid-air force dash. And, oh my god, it was driving me insane. And I wish if they just stuck with the combat, it would have been awesome. And I've seen clips of people where they've modded it so that, like, the lightsabers cut through stormtroopers and stuff. And yes, that makes it look even cooler. But I don't know. I mean, I was comparing it to Is it Battlefront 2? Star Wars Battlefront 2? Which that's another Games with Gold. I played the hell out of that. And the lightsabers in that, it never felt quite right. It was fine, but it never felt good. Holy shit, the lightsaber in the Jedi game. It was... oh... And from what I heard, the sequel was really good, but there is just as much bullshit platforming. So, they're on Game Pass now. It's another game that's on my Game Pass save for later list. But okay, we are. Shit, I thought that was it. Okay, one more. Oh, so right, Star Wars Battlefront 2. I was talking about the new ones, not new, because they're like a decade old at this point. The one, I think they're developed by DICE, right? That was an awesome game. I didn't play it on release. I know it's when it started. I'm pretty sure that's the game that got loot boxes banned in this country. But I played it and it was awesome. I put quite a bit of time into that. It had a really awesome campaign too. Iden Versio. Awesome campaign. But I did play one of the only games I had for my PlayStation 2 that I had when I was a kid was Star Wars Battlefront 2. Like 2004 maybe? I don't know what year it came out. And that was, I guess, can you call that a shooter? If you can call that game a shooting game, then it was the first shooting game I ever played. But I didn't really know what I was doing at that point. So we, I would mainly just like run around in the space levels. I love the space levels in that game. And when I got Game Pass, it's on there. And it hasn't been remade or remastered or anything. But I played it for old time's sake. And it was really good fun. It was very much showing its age. Especially having played the new one. So knowing how awesome they made. Not like when you're General Grievous with 8 bloody lightsaber arms or some shit like that. But when you're just a grunt, just a standard clone trooper or something like that. Oh my gosh, that felt good. And there are those moments where there would be, because I don't remember if it was 32 versus 32 or 64 versus 60. I think it might be 64. But there would be like a corridor with, I don't know, you and 20 other standard troops on your team. And then the doors would open and it would be an enemy playing as a hero. And oh my gosh, then it very quickly turned into a horror movie. But there was a lot in the original Star Wars Battlefront 2 that when I went back, I remember thinking, oh my gosh, I can't believe they put this in here. Stuff like in the space battles, you can you can damage the capital ship shields or the life support systems or something like that by shooting it from the outside. But you can also fly into the enemy capital ship, land your ship and get out, and then start fighting them on foot. And then go inside their ship and take out the systems from the inside. That, when I went back, and I'm thinking, Jesus, this game is like, probably at that point, I don't know, like 19 years old. And it's doing all this stuff that games now don't do. It was very cool. I think, are we done? I think I have successfully rambled long enough. My voice is going, but I think we made it. In which case, let's pop that Fangbore helm back on. And oh yes, hang on. Oh god. Okay. Right. Speaking of Game Pass and Call of Duty, apparently Game Pass is dropping. Yeah. So that is really good news in my eyes. I got the email. Well, maybe 2 weeks ago. I'd heard that it was rumoured, but a lot of the time it only takes place in the States, or it happens in the States and then it rolls out here a month later. So I figured, okay, well, this is actually something good. It won't affect us for a long time. And I got the email saying, yeah, it's been reduced by, I think it was about a third. And that's because we're not having the newest Call of Duty, which, awesome. I mean, they still haven't put the old ones on there, which is the only when they announced it, that they paid however much for the Call of Duty franchise. The one thing that I was looking forward to, I could give a shit about multiplayer or zombies or any of the competitive stuff, but I'd love to do the campaigns, because I started during COVID, and I got maybe like 4 or 5 games in and got burnt out, and they're pretty good. Oh, there goes the timer. So the fact that they've dropped the price by a third, and all that we've lost is the newest, which I'm pretty sure as they've gone on and on, they've got worse and worse. Personally, I am very, very happy. I'm hoping that it leads to some kind of options, because there's a lot of it that's a lot of people criticize it by saying, oh yeah, well, I don't want to pay for Game Pass and I'm paying for the Fortnite Battle Pass or whatever it is, which, yeah, that's frustrating as someone that doesn't play Fortnite. Why should I pay the amount I pay in order to get a Fortnite Battle Pass? So people are kicking around the notion that you'll be able to pick from like a bonus. So it could be a particular day one release, or like Spotify or something like that. I think one of the things is it's like FIFA related. One of them is, I think, related to Twitch Turbo. I'm not sure, but that would be awesome. That would be very good, I think. I am more hopeful about Xbox than I have been in a very long time. Okie doke. Well, I think we get to... Shall we try... Ooh, it's like half the size that we are. Well, we block, I think, in the same amount of time. That... I don't know if that's the... what do they call it? Is it a riposte? A parry. Oh, crumbs, hang on, I didn't. Okay, 1 second. Apologise if I've been... the audio might have glitched out. I swiped away the timer and I forgot to redo the party. That's my mistake. There we go. God, I can tell it's getting warmer already. The few brief hours where it's not completely sweltering seem to be over. Okay, give me 1 second, folks, because I am... I don't want to accidentally flash you when I stand up. Okay, friends. Hello. Let me turn that on. Hello. So, yes, as the temperature is rising, I have now lost my, whatever you want. I think that's an actual Tommy Bahama, which made me laugh when I watched Always Sunny. But my, like, Hawaiian shirts that I have an ironic love for. And because I didn't want to have red shirt and red hat and nothing to break it up, I swapped hats. Which I guess it's then ironic that the one thing we haven't changed is our character's helmet. Unfortunately, the Great Shield weighs that much, whereas the one we had before, where's the Grass Crest, is only 3. So we have had to make some sacrifices. First of all, we've had to say goodbye to Ornstein's armor, I think. Yeah, so this is what I had it as, but that leaves us at 52.9, and we need to be 52.5. So we are super close, but close is no cigar, sadly. So we've had to say goodbye to Ornstein's armor for now, which it does mean that we can finally use the Skeletor armor that it took us a long time to get. Yeah, we will see. We now obviously have less damage resistance. We have less poise. We have less resistance to bleeding and cursing and everything else. But we can use the shield, which I'm curious to see what happens. I don't know. We can get going now. We could just turn tail and run, but I don't want to get literally stabbed in the back. Yeah, so we are a bit squishier. Not by that much, but we are definitely squishier. Perfect. Right, how do we get out of this place? I think we have to go all the way to the end here, right? And deal with the big metal fella. In which case, you know, let's go lightsaber mode. I'd love to play one night. I'd love to play that old Star Wars game, because it would be really nostalgic for me. And also you'd hope that the performance would be pretty good. I mean, it's pretty good when we play Morrowind, and shit, what year was Morrowind? 2001? Shit, I don't know. Because it was really fun. And there was a mode in it called, I think, Galactic Conquest, where it's like a long campaign. You make decisions as to what planets to defend, what units to get, what upgrades to get. And I could never finish that as a kid. I don't know. All this talk of Star Wars tonight, it's got me feeling nostalgic. Yeah, big jump. There we go. Clip that, clip that, clip that. I might post... oh shit, we've got all the KKK motherfuckers. Okay. Oh jeez. I don't think there's a way for us to get out of this that doesn't involve killing a bunch of people. I remember in... sorry to go back to Star Wars nostalgia. I remember playing, I think they're called droidicas. Holy shirt balls. It was so cool. I don't know how it holds up. It was really cool to me as a little kid. I told this story before. I think the only famous person I've ever met, like really famous person, is Ewan McGregor, who I met as a kid. So that was the first time that I realised, like, holy shit, movies are not just this thing. They are like a production with real human beings in. Movie stars that are just like us, you know, that cliche bollocks. And I was a kid when the new ones came out. So that was my first introduction to Star Wars. My dad was a fan of the originals, so I watched all of those, and then we went to the cinema to see the new ones. So I was a child seeing Jar Jar Binks. I was the target audience for Jar Jar Binks. I love Jar Jar Binks. He is my favourite Star Wars character. I love that goofy motherfucker so much. I have not seen... A lot of people talk about the Clone Wars. I have not seen the Clone Wars show. I have not seen Andor. I have not seen Kenobi. I have not seen Ahsoka. So much. It kind of like with me and Marvel. When I first got Disney Plus, I was super into the shows and I kept up with it. But then they just kept coming. Oh, bloody hell no, we're back in here. Oh no, what have we done? I thought there was a bonfire. Oh no. Once again, my sense of direction has fucked us. I did see all the new Star Wars movies in the cinema. I'm not seeing The Mandalorian. Oh my gosh, it's right here. Because I have not seen the most recent season of Mandalorian or Ahsoka. I don't know if they're in the right time zone. Where are we going? the DLC. This one, I think. I did play, I think the most recent Star Wars thing I've done. This is, I don't know why Star Wars has become the topic for tonight. The last Star Wars thing I consumed was, there was a game called, I want to say Star Wars Squadrons, which was like a flight simulator in the Star Wars universe. It was very complicated and very difficult. And at the point when I played it, it was completely dead. The multiplayer did not exist. But that was really cool. There was a campaign, but it wasn't like the new Star Wars Battlefront 2, where there's like a full campaign with mocap and actors and cameos from fucking Luke Skywalker and shit. Spoiler, I guess. Where's this taking us? I think this is not the right way if we're looking for the boss, which we are. I know there's also, not to go back on Star Wars already, there was a game called Star Wars Outlaws, I think, which was, I think that's the most recent. I don't know if that or Jedi Fallen Order, the sequel, was more recent. I'm not sure. That is also on Game Pass. An open world. I don't think you're a Jedi in that. I think you're an outlaw, I guess. But it came out and I heard middling reviews, and that's another one that's on the list. And we're down. I'm probably more likely to play that than the Souls-like one. I don't know. I would love to finish that first game and then play the sequel, but it's not like the Souls-like element, because now I fucking adore Dark Souls. It has been an incredible ride that I will never forget. So it's not the Souls-like elements that are putting me off, it's all that platforming that I remember is in it. This way, oh, here we go. I think, do we have to just kind of head down, right? Ooh, I forgot there was ghosties. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I forgot the ghosties. What, wasn't it that if we walk through them, we take damage? I think. Oh. Or we just get hit by the random mage. That works too. No ghosties required. You know what might be fun? Whatever day, I think it's going to be Fallout tomorrow. But the day after that, maybe, I don't know. When we finish Metro, rather than going straight from Metro to Metro 2, I think during that stream, I will do finishing Metro and then trying the old Star Wars game. I don't ever really... Usually when I'm streaming, I stream that game. Because Xbox really does not like when you leave the game, whether it's to go to settings or if the game crashes. Anytime where it goes to the dashboard, it cuts the stream and it plays like an Xbox animation. And it usually fudges up the audio, and there's nothing you can do to get it normal again. So usually when the game crashes, we have to stop. So it probably wouldn't work first try. I don't know. I don't know. Ooh, well, we're finally on the boss fight. Here we go. I mean, I maybe do not have the highest hopes. We don't have many Estus. We didn't summon Sif. And we are hollowed. So... hello again, big fella. I forgot how creepy you look. It's those weird kind of giant antler things. Very freaky. Does kind of look like we can tank the hits though with the shield. As long as we have the stamina. Yeah. Okay, well it would be really good if we were using a spear. This would be the prime opportunity for a spear. Yeah, quick couple of butt stabs. I mean, we've survived a lot. We haven't done a lot of damage, but we've survived quite a while. Ooh. Oof. Okay. Note to self, Manus, he has a combo. Oh. Do a cheeky little Estus. Perfect. Honestly, he's a lot more intimidating to look at. Especially now that I think it's the shield that's making the difference, right? Before, if we blocked, we'd get staggered, we'd take a bit of damage. Probably both. This, as long as we have the stamina and we don't get stun locked, we're fine. And just leave him to tire himself out. Show off his admittedly quite fancy moves. Doesn't give us a ton of time to Estus. That is probably going to be our undoing. But I have so much more hope than I thought. I mean, we haven't even summoned Sif and he's only down to half health. That is not a particularly fun move. We've got time to heal. Yeah, perfect. Manus, I am almost a little bit disappointed at how well this is going. Maybe this is the power of a great shield, or is this the power of thematic justice? Ooh. That wasn't pleasant. Half health though, bloody hell. I cannot believe how well we did. I thought it was going to be another Ornstein and Smough situation. Like, 4 streams of trying to beat the dude. I mean, we could, I reckon, should we... First step, we'll go in with all the Estus, right? Give ourselves a decent chance. We've reached phase 2. It's probably going to be more magic, right? Artorias did try and pull that move on us. There we go. I think, is that 20 Estus? Perfect. The shield's quite... yeah. It wasn't... It was that, he summoned abyss orbs, I don't know what to call them. And rather than going for us, they made a ring. And then they all converged. Which, that would have hit us from the back. So when that happens, we need to, I guess, not lock on and instead block the other direction. Browse and use items. Okay. Where are we going? Let's use one of the singles. I am actually fairly optimistic, which feels very strange to be saying. Ah, the pendant. Shit, I forgot about that. Yeah, I think, do we... Yeah. So, I don't... This is the thing that worked on the mages, right? So we have to... I don't remember time-wise. I think we have to do it earlier than I think. We'll see. We'll see. I want to not get distracted by enemies in between here and the boss. Like you, good sir. Toodles. Okay, that way looks like death. A bloated head? I'm sorry. What? I don't think we've picked up one of those before. Nope. Nope. This is all keys. Nope. Bloated head. Maybe, is it a helmet? That would be cool. Oh, hell yes. Hard outside and mucus-filled inside. No sane person could ever wear it. Well, if there's one way to describe me, it would be a no sane person. So, hell yeah. Oh, we can't. Okay. That's a bit disappointing. Or do we do it here? Bloated head. Oh, very attractive. Very nice. I don't know, stat-wise, it's actually not terrible. I mean, it's better than the mask. Fangbore helm. Right, okay, here are the ghosties. This town is looking like a ghost town. Or should I say, this town. That is my absolute favourite Halloween song. It has just the right... Oh, that's not what I meant to press. It has just the right amount of cheese. I don't want to take a tumble. I know that the general idea is we gotta go down. So this... Here we go. Yeah. We got no beef with you, ghosties. No beef. Oh. Fudge. Oh, bloody Nora. Oh, shit. Okay, so we are down 1 humanity and we haven't got there. Not good. Okay. Let's try this again, shall we? How many have we got? I think... Oh no, we've only got 2. Okay. That's... Is that up? Oh no.